finally, before I say thank you for listening to me, I would like to mention products that are bought over the counter. By law, products bought over the counter in Canada may not be or may not have a medically therapeutic effect. In other words, very expensive food. So rationale and buy a cat's claw on the basis of a piece of research I've shown you isn't going to work. Apart from the fact it's been advisable, it's simply not going to work. Supplements are subject to very stringent rules, which today we've shown, but that's why they're over-the-counter supplements. Everybody should either be doing no harm. That is why my medicine is done not available over-the-counter, because it always has the potential to do harm. Any drug diabetic prevention drug and plant medicine is very powerful too. It is not something designed over-the-counter. So, end of lecture, end of story. Being boring. Now, anybody like to ask me any questions? I can see some hands going up already. So, why don't we start at the back and work our way to the front? Okay.
Do you ever recommend medical marijuana?
The question was, do I ever recommend medical marijuana?
Plant, right?
It is indeed cannabis sativa. The answer is no, I don't. Because A, there are other plants to deal with probably the issue that somebody taking that is trying to deal with, which are far better. And secondly, medical marijuana actually destroys the brain over the long term. It affects total cognitive ability.
My friend has cancer and her doctor recommended it.
Well, it's very ill-advised, I'm sorry. Perhaps he needs to go and do his pharmacology and his biochemical research. Medical marijuana will not solve anything whatsoever. Can we have, right, we're doing it from the back to the front, so the gentleman right at the very back.
Do you mind turning back to the list of herbs while you're taking questions?
If I can, Jerry, which button do I press? Oops! No. Oh, okay, this is probably the simplest way to do it.
Probably.
Here we go. Plants. The first one is this one.
No, but it was about before
That one?
you start. No, just at the end when you listed the herbs, and then there was 2 pages.
And the cat's claw goat the cool.
Yeah.
The cat's claw. That's
Well,
on.
yeah.
No, those are cautions. That one, that's cat's
It's at the
claw.
very end. It's at the end.
You mean the picture plants? No.
No.
One more? Oh, this
Yeah,
one.
the one, okay, I can't see it.
This one?
Yes, I believe it's.
This says plants.
You enlarged it possibly?
Okay. Let's see if we can enlarge.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright. Okay, if you all want copies, they will be available on my website, www.medicusherbis, which is listed on my little business card that I think most of you have, or on my Facebook page, or on SlideShare. Okay, so did you want to pose a question, or did you just want the list?
I just want this, and then after, I want this next page.
Okay, well, what I suggest you do is
I don't have a computer, and my computer's savvy, so this is fine.
Okay. So, right, let's gentleman on the right, because we took a question from the left before. My right, anyway. Yeah, go ahead.
When you mentioned eating less daily, how much would you say?
That depends on the individual.
Okay.
I can't comment on an individual basis, certainly I don't like this. I do guide people when they come to the consultation.
So you think 4,000 IUs of vitamin D all year round would be a good idea?
It depends on the individual. I can't again make a comment on a general statement. You need to look at it individual, but 2,000 won't cut it. It's too low. here in Ontario. Very good reasons. If you're a professional treating people, you don't have the time. Two, you don't have financial resources to ensure that the product you're using contains exactly what it's supposed to contain. And if you're growing those sort of products here in Ontario, you know there are going to be chemical deficiencies because it's not in the soil. So, for example, if I have a bottle of, let's talk about a bottle of St. John's wort, a Perigon. First of all, it's got to have been made from a particular plant of the flower. It's got to have been made over a period of time. There is a difference between a dried use of herb and a fresh use of herb. And I know that in the bottle that I have, I can turn around and ring up the manufacturer and say, I want the chemical profile of this bottle now. He has 24 hours to produce it. By law, he has to produce it. Because those products are made under very tight legislative pharmaceutical rules. This is not the same stuff that we buy over the counter, which is why it works. I mean, you know, there's a quid pro quo here, but there has been very much an image, oh, I can grow my own plants and fix my own problem. But sadly, it's an image to reduce the potential of herbal medicine, which has been very cultivated. But herb medicine used by a professional is not the same thing. Right, now we've done that one side, let's do this side. Yes, the lady with the blue hat.
Why is the pathogen so much a threat to mankind?
I'm sorry?
Why is pathogen so much a threat to mankind?
White pathogens.
So much a threat to mankind in this society. Why is disease so rampant?
We always have. We always have for years and years and years, ever since we evolved. We've been fighting pathogens. This is nothing new. It's just the pathogens have to some extent changed, but more importantly, we've changed. We don't fight them in the same way that we used to fight them.
And also my friend, he has MS,
Yes.
but he's in the progressive stage, so he has to be in a wheelchair. And
Well, it's still treatable.
so you're saying what he has can be reversed?
Yes. But it's not necessarily, it's possible to reverse. So don't, you know, you've got to look at the individual and the situation. But it is possible to reverse, yes. It's possible to put into remission.
Because that's what I was trying to tell my friend, that what he says now, what he has is can't be reversed because it's the progressive one that he has.
Well, it's much harder with progressive MS, but it is possible to
That he
reverse.
can reverse what he has.
It is possible.
And what about probiotic? Can that help to balance the bacteria in the gut?
What do you mean by probiotic?
Then probiotic supplement.
No, waste of time.
So it's not good then.
No, don't do it. Lactobacillus bulgaricus. It's own.
What about pasteurized goat's yogurt? Is that still?
You can only get two forms of goat yogurt here in Ontario on regular supermarket shelves, Hewitt's and Liberty. Eat either of those. Right, let's have a question from this side.
Just if you could refine your definition, not to self-medicate with plants, but as far as eating vegetables, sprouts, and that, you should do a lot of it.
Yes.
That's not-
Fruit and vegetables should be 75% of your diet.
What's the other 25%?
You need protein. You need protein, and you do need some carbs, such as potato or porridge, steel cut oats, that sort of thing. You do need some, because a lot of B vitamins are in there.
The body, or is it like a full-blown infection actually?
Okay, inflammation is the mechanism by which the body deals with a pathogen. It's a word that in a way has been awfully corrupted by marketing and pseudoscience. But strictly speaking, it is just the way the body deals with some form of pathogen. Whether it's, you get it, you prick your skin and you get a thorn in there, it's an inflammatory reaction. If you've got gut, it's an inflammatory reaction. That's all inflammation is. It was first postulated by Virchow in the 19th century, mid-19th century, and was terribly poo-pooed at the time. Of course, it's now proven absolutely right. But we have as a memorial to him, when you have an inflamed lymph node in here inside your bones there, just across your shoulders, if it's on the right-hand side, it's very diagnostic for something going on in your stomach because it's an inflamed node, and that says you've got an inflammatory reaction going on concerning bacteria. But inflammation is just simply a process. Now we better have this gentleman because I